Welcome back, my beautiful souls, to the Aligned and Abundant, the podcast for spiritual and mental mastery. I am Aina, your guide through the soft chaos of human emotions, the unspoken corners of consciousness, and the sacred intersection between psychology and soul. Today, we are going to talk about karma not as punishment, not as superstition, but as the invisible thread weaving your every choice, every heartbreak, and every triumph. And here is my promise: by the end of this episode, karma will no longer feel like a distant philosophy to you. It will feel deeply personal. So let's begin. In the first segment, we are going to see karma as the echo of choice. Let me tell you a story. In the quiet village in the Himalayas, there lived a potter. Every day he would mold clay with great care, crafting cups and bowls that people would travel miles to buy. But there was something very strange. Every pot he made, every single one, had a small crack near the base. One day, a traveler asked him, "Why don't you fix this? You are skilled enough." The potter smiled and said, "That crack is not a mistake, it is a memory." He explained that years ago he had broken a pot in anger, shattering it on the ground during the fight with his brother, his last family. That rage changed him. He vowed that he will never forget the power of action. So every pot he made since then carries a tiny echo of the moment that he lived. That, my friend, is karma. Not the cosmic punishment, but conscious memory carried forward through the time. In this segment, we are going to discuss psychology of karma, the loops in our mind. Now let's bring it down to the mind, the psychological karma. Have you ever noticed how you attract same type of relationships? How you find yourself in similar situations, making the similar mistakes despite all your spiritual work? That is not just a chance, that is the psychological karma, your subconsciousness playing out the unhealed stories that are still there in your head. In therapy, we call this as repetition compulsion. You repeat unresolved trauma, hoping for a different ending, but until you become conscious of the cycle, it continues. Jung said it best. He said that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So your karma is not only stored in the stars, it is stored in your nervous system. It is your inner child flinching when love gets too close. It is your perfectionism rooted in the need to be worthy. It is your avoidance of conflict because once someone raised their voice and it broke you. And yet, once you see it clearly, you get to rewrite it. And that is the moment karma turns from a chain into a choice. Moving further, let's discuss spirit of the karma, the soul's curriculum. In the spiritual teaching, karma is very sacred. Not because it makes life fair, but it makes life meaningful. Every soul incarnates with a syllabus, lessons that it must face for evolution, not as punishment but as purification. And the syllabus, it is tailored to you. That heartbreak, that illness, the wrong career choice that you had made, those were not random and not cruel, but they were curated by deeper intelligence that knows that your soul is ready. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "You have the right to perform your action, but not to the fruits thereof." This means your only job is to show up with presence and not attachment, to act from love and not ego, to offer your pain to the fire of growth. Because karma is not what happens to you, it is how you respond when it does. Now we are going to discuss it as human responsibility. That means you are the artist now. So let's take this further. Imagine your life is a painting. Karma is not the paint, it is the brush strokes. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every intention you set, it all leaves a mark. The universe is always listening, but not to your words, but to your energy. So, if you constantly speak about healing but vibrate in the fear, that is what echoes back to you. If you say that you want love, you want to love people, and you want to be loved, but you keep talking bad about the people who love you, you are gossiping about them, you are gossiping about the couples around you, and you are looking at love with resentment, that will echo back to you, because that's how karma notices. Karma is not noticing your words, it is noticing that what your energy is saying to it. And yet, karma is not a jailer, it is your silent teacher whispering, you can try again. If not this time, you can try again at different times. So, you are not a victim of your past karma, you are the artist of your future one. And the brush is always in your hands. I know the information was little complex, but I tried to explain it to you in a simplest way possible. So let's pause here, place your hand on your chest and close your eyes and breathe. First inhale and then exhale. Now visualize a moment from your past that still feels heavy to you. Maybe a choice you regret, a word you did not take back, a silence you kept when you should have spoken. Now say softly to yourself, I did what I could with who I was at that time. I choose to act from love now. May my new karma begins here. So let the moment pass through like the wind passes through the trees. You are forgiven, you are evolving, and your karma is evolving with you. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space with me today. If this episode moved you, please share it with someone carrying the karmic weight they don't know how to name. And if you are ready to start shaping a new story, join me at YouTube, comment down your suggestion, and follow me on the Instagram at the Aligned and Abundant for daily reminders, soft healing truths, and soul nourishment. Until next time, stay aligned, stay abundant, and remember, karma is not the law of revenge, it is the law of remembering. Thank you so much.